Okay, we're back in field 3 with the Horsch Tiger plow again. And I've kind of figured out that I was just not using it quite right. And you can see we've laid out the boundary of the field we want to put in here. I'm going to put in one more headlands here, and then we're going to have Murray take over from us. Jump in the T9 New Holland. Now Murray's done some plowing in the past. I'm thinking he's going to have the most experience doing a job like this. Yeah, I just was not familiar with running the plow anymore. Forgot to hit a setting there in the farming simulator settings. This is a nice wide plow. Seems to do a pretty good job, really. See, I missed just a little strip here at the end. Might have to come back later and fix things up, depends on how it goes. Yeah, I hope the headlands are wide enough that Murray gets the idea how I want this field laid out, but we'll see. We'll ride along with him a little bit, just to make sure he's doing okay with it. Get in the cab, chit chat, and have a little coffee again. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Have to start this row again, or we may end up doing the whole thing ourselves. Well, I think we're going to have to do the whole thing ourselves. I guess we'll move on to some other jobs. Alright, we got the little Kenworth day cab with the Schmidt's cargo bull here at the main farm. We're going to fill up with canola and take some down to the biofuel plant. Because they're always needing canola for the refinery there. Hopefully we get another canola field needs to be harvested. We're starting to run low again. Alright, let's close the cover. I will see you all at the refinery. Alright, coming down the country road into the area of the old mill and the refinery. We'll see if we can back the cargo bull up into the refinery's dumping area. Take our cover off. Oh, it's not my worst backing. These folks go through a lot of that canola, that's for sure. And now we unload. Okay, we got them supplied for a while. Okay, down at field 4 where we've got our row crop that we're going to harvest with the Fendt. She's ready. But what we've got for trailers is the Ford 9000 with a 100,000 liter Hobbs Farm trailer. And back here for now, we've got a second Hobbs Farm trailer that's on a dolly and connected to the T7 New Holland. Now, Chris has been figuring that this field takes about 3 trailer loads. I think he's right. So what will happen is we'll fill the Ford and its trailer once and take it up to the silo. And while the Ford's gone, we'll use the second trailer on dolly with the New Holland to fill off the combine. Then when we come back with the Ford, we'll put it all together for the last 2 trailer loads and take it all back as once. Should save us at least 1 trip back and forth to the silo. Alright, the cargo bull looks pretty dirty. So we'll give it a wash here at our nice washing station. That has been pretty handy to have right there, since it's close to everything. Oh, it looks like the hose is going to be long enough for me to get around the other side. Get the wheels. Make sure the front's okay. All right. Ready to go. Well, it's getting pretty late in the evening, so I think we're going to do our silaging and animal chores, and then come back in the morning and start that harvest in field 4. While we still got a little daylight, I thought we'd do a couple of buckets of silage with y'all. I don't always just race through the nighttime on this map if I've got little chores and things I've got to set up to record for y'all. Sometimes I move equipment around, so when daylight comes I'm ready to record something. Probably should put my beacons on. You never know when people are going to drive through the BGA plant here. See if we got some other little chores we can do before it gets fully dark out here. Well, it finally looks like we're getting to the end of this second bunker of silage. I think we're going to have more to put up pretty soon. I did talk to the fellow who owns the field with all the straw left in it. I think it's field 10. Finally got to talk to him. He said he'd actually appreciate us coming over and getting that straw out. He had some pretty bad helpers that kind of just left it there on him. So in the morning we'll try to get that harvest started. See if we can collect up his straw for him. Well, I guess we do have two more small chores we can do before it gets too dark out. First one is I want to take some mixed ration from the machine and take it over to the grain store as sort of an emergency supply. In case something happens to the mixing machine or we need it in a hurry and the machine's empty, we have just a little bit of emergency supply built up. We'll take this and go store it at the grain store across the road. Come back and get a load of silage from that first bunker. We'll have to load that up by hand, probably with the Kubota again. Alright, here at the silage bunkers in the animal yard. And looks like we're going to clean out this first bunker finally. Here with Granddad's Kubota. It's really been a pretty decent loading tractor for small jobs like this around the animal yard. It's not really a fancy model, but it's done the work. Can't complain about it. Yeah, in fairness, I'll mention the little bits of lag that we're getting on screen here. I'm almost 100% sure it's my computer and not the map or the mods I'm using. Probably ought to spend a couple of pennies and put another 2 gigabytes of memory into this computer. I think we will get that last little bit of silage in there. If not, we'll let the cows have it. Alright, let's see if that Multiva trailer's got enough for 294 liters. Oh, come on, lag. Ooh. And we didn't hit anything. Okay, off to the grain stores. Alright, here early in the morning, we're going to get started. We've got the little Fendt combine down in field 4, and we're going to do the barley harvest here in our little square field. I'm going to get started and turn things over to Chris. We are probably going to try to collect straw out of field 4. Might take a little bit of doing to get a harvester down here, but maybe we'll collect up some as straw. We've been using some straw lately. We'll get Chris working here, and I'll run the chaser wagon for him. Not really a chaser wagon, we're just going to use the Hobbs Farm trailers. Now that we talk about trucks and trailers, I think I will buy a regular fuel tanker, at least the trailer, for our fuel operation there at the biofuel plant. Nobody really thinks it's a good idea for me to be using the old Menol fuel tanker. The guys all thought it was terrible. They're not sure about the air brake system on it. Commissioner Steve and the sheriff are kind of worried that it's going to spring a leak and I'm going to spray fuel all over the countryside while we're driving. So we'll definitely get a trailer for transporting fuel around. A little bit of the question is, what do we do about trucks? I think it might be a wise idea to replace the old International Transstar. It might not be the most reliable thing to tow our fuel trailer around with. Because what do we replace it with is a question. One thing I have in mind a little bit is maybe getting a new large semi-truck to tow the Australian road train trailers and move something else we have already over to the fuel tanker. Maybe the Ford 9000 or the little Peterbilt. Not quite sure about it yet, but something to think about. I have looked at some Volvos, some mods of Volvos. They may not be exactly what we could get here in America at the Volvo store, but they may be about the best I could find in the mod sites for a Volvo truck. I did look at some European, some MAN and Scania and Tatra. They're all nice trucks and I'd like to use them, but you really cannot buy them here in America at all. So I thought that was just a little bit outside of being credible for us to have a big Tatra or something of that kind. Maybe one day we'll play a European map. We'll be able to use some of this equipment that's more European. Let's see, Chris is doing a pretty good job. We're getting to the end of the field here. I might have timed this wrong to empty him out. I think he's going to be with the pipe over the crops when he gets filled. Let's see if we can get over to the truck real quick. Maybe unload him while he's still on the the field side here. I don't think we're going to get turned around quick enough. Something interesting about the fence is there is a view down the pipe while you're emptying. You might have to use that at some point. Well, if Chris is going to stop there, let's go over to the vent and have a look down the pipe there. You can see the auger emptying out. It's an interesting view. I don't see too many combines that have that view over the pipe like that. But yep, we're going to continue our barley harvest. Get our other chores done today. Maybe in the next video. Getting kind of long on this video, so we'll see you all next time.